Now, over in the MCU, the Marvels comes out in a couple weeks, and all the news outlets are projecting that it's going to have a low opening weekend, especially in contrast to the first Captain Marvel movie. The projections are low. But what's interesting is that a few of these outlets are using that superhero fatigue as part of the explanation for why the projections are so low. And don't get me wrong, outlets like the Hollywood Reporter aren't saying that superhero fatigue is the reason that the projections are low for this movie, but the simple fact that they brought it up to me sends a confusing and conflicting message. See, more and more superhero fatigue is being used as an excuse to explain why some of these movies don't perform as well. But specifically this year, more than any other, I think is the best example of why superhero fatigue isn't a real thing, at least not yet. So yeah, we got The Flash, Quantumania, Blue Beetle, Shazam 2, all underperform. So yeah, in a vacuum, it sounds like, Jesus, all these superhero films coming out back to back, underperforming, superhero fatigue, right? But then you remember that Across the Spider-Verse came out this year. Guardians of the Galaxy 3 came out this year, all well received, all did well, right? So how can it be fatigue for some superhero movies and not these superhero movies, right? It sounds like there's something about these movies that was different than these other movies, almost like they were better. Even if the quality of the movie wasn't better, because I think Blue Beetle was an enjoyable movie. I think The Flash is hated on beyond its merits as a film. But what I think is dead, what I think is a bygone era, is the genre of superhero films being enough to push a superhero film. And I don't think it was ever really a thing, but I think studios used to rely on the fact that this is a superhero film to do all the work. Outside of Quantumania, all of the movies that underperformed this year had outside things affecting it that detracted from it doing well. Blue Beetle had a horrible marketing campaign. The Flash was dead on arrival. It was doomed from inception. The whole production from start to finish was mired in bad press. Shazam 2 just didn't look like a good movie. It looked like Power Rangers with a couple extra dollars in the budget. So it's not superhero fatigue, it's bad movie fatigue. It's bad marketing fatigue. Think about it. If you make a good movie, market it well, and get people to go see it, you'll have a successful film. But if you just put $100 million into making a movie and then just throw it in the theaters, oh, people aren't going to go see it because they're not interested. So it's not superhero fatigue that we're suffering from, it's lazy fatigue. Put the work in to market your movies, do a campaign, make the movie as best as you can, and people will go see it. Otherwise, just leave it alone. But that's just kind of my rant about it. What do you think? Do you think superhero fatigue is a real thing? Are we as a consumer base getting tired of superhero films just as superhero films? Or is it a quality thing? Do we want better films or better marketed films? Let me know down in the comments. We can talk about it, go back and forth. Let me know.